Something I'm very passionate about, and it's something I did have a great career, and 15 years ago I did start out on my journey as a professional sportsman, and a week last Sunday I retired from the sport I love, and I started on a new journey, chapter 2 of my life, to start and chair the Ben Cohen Stand Up Foundation, to specifically look at bullying across the board, but really specifically on LGBT community and the youth of that, and the people who get bullied, who are being bullied because they're perceived to be different. So there's a lot of work to be had, and it's something that in the first 10 days of this being launched, it's been overwhelming with the response we've had, so we know we're doing the right thing.
I know you're here in the States promoting the Stand Up Foundation, and this is the Acceptance Tour, but what inspired you to start this project, and how did you come about it?
There's two main reasons, really. One is I have a big gay following, and it's the stories and people who write to us and tell us with their stories and their journeys they've had to of coming to terms with themselves, of their sexual orientation, and not having a family to turn to, friends to turn to, and they feel very isolated. And secondly is my father got murdered through violence after trying to protect someone at a nightclub we owned, and that's still very mentally scarring to me, and something that something that I've probably never really grieved over, because I've been able to get my frustration out on the pitch, and now I've finished rugby and retired, is that I really want to make a stand up against bullying and stop it to young people across the world.
Ben, he's not British, but we call him Sir Charles Barkley in this country. In the Washington Post, he recently said that any professional athlete who gets on TV or radio and says that he never played with a gay guy is a stone-freaking idiot. I need to point out, again, you are not gay, you are straight, but do you know closeted athletes who are afraid to come out?
Yeah, I think it's firstly it's down to an individual whether he comes out in sport. It's very wrong that people can't actually be themselves, and if they want to come out or they can't come out through it damaging their career. It could cost them scholarships, it could cost them their jobs and a future in that job or in their sport, and it's very sad that is the case. When I was starting out in rugby, I was very young, but I managed to really excel in like about 2 years of me going to a professional club, and I was 17, and everyone was saying I was too young to get in the team, but there was a particular coach at the time said he's good enough, that means he's old enough, and I think it was a great saying, and that accounts to sexual orientation to me. If you're good enough,
right.
It doesn't care what else people have perceived, what you may be gay or whatever. It doesn't come into the equation to me. So I think and this is my personal belief, I passionately believe if someone is going to come out in sport, they need to do it at the top of their game. That would be the most effect that have to the public, because then people can only judge them on their skill and on their class of an athlete. So I think by doing it too early could cost you your job. Wrongly, very wrongly, could cost you your job. And I think if you're gonna create a following, because people will look up to you as a famous sports person, a world-class sportsman, then you're better off coming out on top of your game.
Well, Ben, we wish you the best of luck with the work that you're doing with the Stand Up Foundation. We really like the message that you're putting out there across this country and around the world. Ben Cohen, thanks for joining us today.